welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is having a nice day. I decided to stream at this time. I was going to put it off for the day, but I want to play some games and can't be bothered going to sleep because it's like 11 PM anyway. But we are going to start a game which is called, what's the game called again? The Forgotten City, I think it's called. A moment. Why did I get a notification? Turn that off. Yeah, the Forgotten City. I think it's like kind of. It was a Skyrim mod or something apparently, and they decided to make an actual game out of it or something. I'm not too sure. That's what I've just read on like little blurb things and that. So yeah, we will see how it goes. We'll maybe go for maybe about an hour, I'd say. So midnight maybe. Anyway, we will get into it and see what the game's like. There's no promises that I'm going to finish it though, but we'll see. I can't do that. There we go. I like the music. Dear creators, as you'll discover, this game is full of intrigue, plot twists. Please give your audience a spoiler warning before sharing content from beyond the white hallway, so that interested players can fully experience it for themselves if they wish to. I see. We've got borderless. Don't need that. Do not want motion blur. Everything's pretty much full up. Should be good. Apply changes and we go in, I guess. The sprint. Yeah, why is it 2 crouches? I never use C for crouch. Okay, everything seems alright. Yeah. Let's go in. The game was developed from a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Mystery journey of multiple endings. It rewards thoughtful conversation, exploration, not brute force. Okay, I'll try not do brute force.
Hey! You're alive! When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I
Well,
hope
at least
you
you
don't
didn't
mind.
steal off me.
But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
That. Be about that, I'd say. I'll just go Eclipse.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river?
No,
What's the last
no
thing
idea.
you remember?
I was searching for ancient ruins. I was on a convert. Oh, so we got things here. Years of study in history give you the occasional insight into the ancient world. So that's archaeologist. Soldier, you have military issued firearm, but only 10 bullets. You have to use them judicially, since there's no way to get more. I was run on the from the law. Your time on the run from the authorities has made you quick on your feet, and you're 25% faster. Okay. And I barely remember anything. Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you harder to take down. I'll do the archaeology one.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman,
Yeah.
I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm
Sure.
leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck
What if
here,
he did?
waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Yeah. Mind if I ask some questions first?
Of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
You're not even going to tell me your name.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Really like to know, especially if I'm going to be helping you. Why don't you why don't you want to tell me? Really like to know, especially if I'm going to help you.
All
Yeah, that's
right,
what I thought.
fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you for saving my life, Karen. Why didn't you want to tell me my name? Why didn't you want to tell me your name? Gosh, I'm terrible with words tonight. All those Karen memes have really ruined your name, huh?
Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Who's Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case,
Yeah.
you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Where are
You really
we?
don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Okay, then. What can you tell me about the
Not
ruins?
much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Okay. Have you tried calling for
What
help?
am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Okay, then. That's all the
What
clues.
am I,
No,
an idiot?
wait.
What am
No.
I? Great.
Here we go. That's all
So
the
you're ready to
questions.
go look for Al?
Sure. I'm going in for priceless artifacts, but I'll keep an eye on him.
My
Yeah, I'll go for that.
hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you.
My hero.
Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
What is it? A flashlight. Heavy duty battery powered flashlight. Cool. Okay. Whoa. Ugh, a bit laggy. What's our frames like? they 133. Oh, okay, yeah. Finding that to kind of get the watch out. Rusted metal torch must have been lit by L. That looks weird. The water doesn't go like that. That looks kind of like a... Oh, it's like a little Roman kind of... what's it called? I don't know what the thing's called anymore.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning.
So, she's been waiting for probably a long time and doesn't know about that note. Oh, backpack. A backpack full of worn hiking clothes and an empty food packet. Nothing valuable here, but it seems strange that Al left it behind. Oh, we have to leave the item. Oh, what's happened? Oh, closed behind me. Ah! Yeah, we dropped down to somewhere. Is there anything around here? Probably not. So it's just just part of the whole thing. It seems pretty normal. Oh, what's this? Graffiti. Always remember they're watching. Who's watching? Ooh, gold statues. What's that noise? There. I am Eclipse, that too. Pick the statue. A young woman in a pose of illumination. Do all of them have something to... No. I was thinking all of them might have a description. Ancient Roman mosaic depicting a godlike figure turning a man into gold. That would be horrible. Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made the gladiator flee? Something bad going on? Whoa, he turned his head. Why'd you turn your head towards me? Is he gonna follow off me? Yeah, he turned his head. At least I think. Okay, let's go through the door. What's wrong, lady? A young Roman woman. It looks like she was begging for her life. Oh, we can zoom in with the right click. F5 to quick save, okay. And then F9 quick load, okay. A Roman legionary in a state of terror. Everyone's scared of something. This place is big. They're looking up at something. Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Well, something went off the edge here. I don't see anything that would have gone off. Also, this did, so I don't know. Or it's just deteriorating. Aww, poor dude. Golden statue of a man, an old man wearing modern clothes. This must be Al, but how is it possible? Oh, okay. That's not good. Inscribed stone
Whoever
tablet.
raised this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options: death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right, and I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Just had a panic. Oh, she fell over. Wasn't me. Just do it up to Roman man on his knees as if he was begging God for mercy. So they're all begging not to die or something. Yeah, we're going in. We are here. Whoa, a bit laggy. Get me not. It is completed. Figure out how to return to your original time.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I saw this like right when I saw the trailer. Eclipse, it just came from the future. Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you?
Nope.
And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine?
I'm Eclipse and I came from the future.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not
Oh my
right
God.
in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Seriously, what's today's
We
day?
sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March.
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from exactly?
It doesn't help me. Is it before or after Christ?
Hey, not so loud. Just saying that name could land you in trouble here. If you haven't heard, his cultists burned down half of Rome last year. Horrible business. I heard Nero executed some of them, but a lot of people are still angry with them, even down here. So, if you're one of them,
Harsh.
keep it to yourself. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you...
Yeah.
You seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Gosh, his face is looking scary. Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule. And the punishment for breaking it's... well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, are you coming?
Alright, lead the way.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing.
Kinda cool, you can
No
guide
idea
get
how,
out.
since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Hello, lady.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking you to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Oh, okay.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it, and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat.
What's she up to?
That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just
What's
been
it
in a
say?
bad place since...
Don't steal anything,
Well,
don't hurt anyone,
I
don't...
don't know what happened to
Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Don't steal, don't hurt anyone. Oh, okay.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that?
We'll see.
What did you just say?
I said it'll
I'll
take
use
some
him.
getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
What is the spell?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the Golden Rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
Right, lead the way.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong.
That's not
All
good.
of us
Don't
in
mind
10
me. I
would
just
die
live here.
for the crimes of
Shush.
the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Okay. Can't talk to her.
Oh, another one fresh. Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
You talk to me first. What's your story?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
Because I am. Not from around
Really?
here.
I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Because you talked to me first. You think about
You
the
know,
Golden
some
Rule.
people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
Maybe it's best if you don't go insulting the gods, just in case.
Oh, I'd say it to their faces if they had the courage to show themselves. Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought.
Well, at least we know blasphemy doesn't break the
I'm
Golden
telling
Rule.
you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving.
Suppose we'll find out sooner or later.
I suppose we will.
You know, way out of here.
What is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's
No.
just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. Exits and no crime. Was she snatched away by the harpies?
When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy, in love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
You were
I
seeing
think
someone?
so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
Why is that?
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
Yeah, would have. Is it possible her lover was involved?
I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
Okay then. Senatus, Senatia, Centella. Why are your names also
You
similar?
really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us. like
That's
cattle
weird.
to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Sentilla.
Interesting. You look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's
Why?
disappearance.
Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa wasting energy? I hope you're not
Yeah,
insinuating
pretty much.
I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
Well, you get more attention, maybe. I think. You know something you're not telling me.
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
Ooh. Yeah. Go on up. Hey, buddy.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Eclipse.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and
Yeah.
I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
I am wondering why you got, like, pretty much daylight. It's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Nope. Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see,
It's horrible.
the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up.
I'm still
And
not
now it
understanding
seems
how
that
it's
day
daylight.
is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
What counts as a
An
sin
intelligent
here?
question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen.
That would be so
And we
horrible.
must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Makes sense to me. I'm not sure that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I come from.
Barbaric? barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond.
Or we might actually not be
Judea.
underground.
All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Yep. My mistake. Don't your laws allow slave ownership? Don't your people watch Bloodsport for entertainment? Don't women have fewer rights than men? Don't you persecute Christians? Don't you practice collective punishment? Your slave
Of
ownership?
course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
The
On
entertainment.
occasion. But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Don't women have fewer rights than men?
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Don't you persecute Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Where I come from, those things, consider those things to be
Well,
ignorant.
right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
What do you mean when you said Crispina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past.
Yeah,
And when
okay.
I saw you arrive
Very
in a
nice.
flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Yes,
A
I do.
pointless lie. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You're all being chanted.
I
Gold
have
statues.
imagined it, our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case,
kinda
the
horrible.
sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Did see some human remains in the temple?
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything.
want, Pix?
You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Can't promise
Well,
anything.
thank you for your candor, I suppose.
Why can't you...
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the person responsible?
Me? Why would you suspect me? I just told you, I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
Good one.
I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Do you think it could be related to Scintilla's disappearance?
Ah, so you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
Come on, tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
If I do this, will you get me back to my own
If I
time?
understand Prosperpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Yep. I think so. All the questions I had. These questions will be available later.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Sure. Doesn't give me much. Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation.
Point on that.
Wonderful. Now, I need
Let's do
you
this.
to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Right, I'll get started.
And one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
This will prioritize new quest, showing its quest marker. Yeah. I want to turn down the music a little bit. want to save, and I'll probably save anyway. Hey, he disappeared. What's she up to?
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here? Get out, you horrid barbarian!
Rude. Can I read anything? Oh, okay. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we deal with sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a thoughtful daughter, of course, I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Cynthia believes everyone is entitled to the secrets. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Yeah, she is right. While containing rudimentary perfume made from flowers and oil. Oh, I can't grab that. Yeah. Let's go.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
Can we talk about who's going to break the rule? So we could optionally go
Of
and
course.
say
What is it?
that it's that lady. We can know who it is.
Are you sure you've spent enough time investigating to make that call? It seems to me you've barely had enough time to scratch the surface. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Who's this person? Stranger.
What were you two talking about?
What's it to you? Very
Don't
what?
play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him?
He wasn't trying to buy my vote. We weren't talking about the election. What's it worth to you? He wasn't trying to buy my vote.
You're throwing your lot in with him for free then? That's even worse. Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
Really? You're very angry. Don't want any trouble. I don't care about the election. I was thinking of interfering, but now... I wasn't thinking of interfering, but now I am. I don't want any
Good.
trouble.
Then stay out of it.
Mind if I ask some questions?
Can't hurt.
What's your
The
story?
name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
I'd like to meet Malleolus.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
Okay. Afford what?
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Isn't soliciting bribes a sin?
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
I'll find another
If
way.
you set one foot in that villa without permission, I'll skin you alive, you pusillanimous cemitarius mokers.
Whoa. Yeah. What's this? Cintius and Milius are excrement different. What? Same excrement, different smell. That's quite funny. Okay, let's go up here. X to be guided. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. Go. Oh, we are in the cave still. Oh, there we go. Medical tools. A collection of barbaric-looking medical implements, including forceps and shears. Is she dead? I think she might be.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman.
What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Dacius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing.
It's quite
And
horrible.
now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
There's something I can do to help.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his
Oh, she
eyes
is
out.
mad. I'll see what I can do. What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
How'd you end up
My
here?
husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke. And the streets were full of people trampling each other.
That'd be so scary.
I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
Hey, that's a bit like me. Sorry to hear that.
It's alright. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Why are you working out of a shrine?
This shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Tell me about Neva.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain. I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out, and you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
Let's prioritize the quest. I'll see what I can do.
I suppose.
Do you know a way of getting out of here?
Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine.
Yeah, I can imagine. What do you think about the golden rule?
A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
Can we talk about Lilia?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Do you think she was poisoned or self-inflicted?
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Okay. Do you know what poisoned
Hemlock,
her?
I believe.
Is there any way she might have wanted to die?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas' villa, and they are quite secretive. Gladly.
That's something else.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Okay. Let's go this way.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius.
Hey, Dacius.
Terrible shame what happened to Yulia. But we just have to carry on, don't we?
What's your
You
story?
mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale.
Let's hear it.
All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
Took the girl.
The girl? Weren't you listening? All my valuables or the girl? I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money.
True.
So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber.
So you took her with you after all?
No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Admiration.
Thank you, friend. But it turns out it might have been a stroke of good fortune because this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
Do you know a way out of here?
If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
Thanks for clarifying up for them. What do you think about the gold
It's terrible
medal?
for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
Administrate banned weapons?
Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
I'll see what I can do.
Friend.
I don't know why I need slim prison.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
Oh. How would I come up with 1,000 denarii?
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
Yeah, maybe not. Your price gouging over life-saving medicine. What's wrong
Oh,
with
it's
you?
perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
Did you hear that? Whisper.
You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands.
I'm to
She claimed
Navia.
the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Silphium or not?
But, I don't have that kind
Very
of
well.
money.
Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
Who are you going to vote for?
Malleolus. I mean, Centius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
I'd like you to vote for Centius.
Not going to happen.
Okay.
Very well. Another time.
Yes. I can hear you. Don't know where you are though. Bottle of Symphonious Resin, extremely valuable. Follow magistrate. Oh,
For the sins of the one.
They're turning us to gold.
no. Following him. Oh gosh. Oh, that was close. I guess we go for the portal. And we're back to square one. We're meant to straight back to the shrine and use the portal again. Give the settlement resident to occur before something.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
We've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
My name is Galerius, and you're about to offer to take me to Sinius, so you can tell me about the Golden Rule.
Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
No problem, I have to go.
And since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
A zipline handlebar. Cool.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking. And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe.
I'm sure it is.
Probably.
Thanks, I'll be going now.
See you around.
Okay, let's just take this. Oh, okay. That didn't work. Oh, what's this? Oh, no, it's not anything, is it? It's not good. Okay, anyway, I think I'm gonna just save it here and we will continue next time. We went for an hour, as I said I was going to. I came on a bit late, which I should have probably been on a bit earlier, but I wasn't feeling up to it, and I was fixing my earphones. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, I am gonna go. I will try to be on tomorrow. I don't even know what tomorrow is. Well, tomorrow is today for me. Oh, it's Thursday now. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. If you enjoyed the stream, I'd be much appreciative if you followed. And also check out my socials. Where can I get the ones coming up on YouTube? I think right here. I don't have it automated. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Deal.